What is going on, everybody? Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds, and I'm joined by my good buddy Joey of Joey's Retro Handhelds. Thanks for hopping on the stream with me, man.
Hey, Stubbs. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You got your beverage of choice ready? I got my water.
I do. I have my, I'm going to be drinking my Data Frog.
Oh, no. Please don't drink your Data Frog.
No, I have some water. You got to stay hydrated.
Good. You got it. You have to stay hydrated. I cannot stress this enough. Today, we're going to be talking about the good old M17. Now, you may have seen this around the scene lately. I know Taki did a video, Russ did a video. We're going to... I originally was going to do like a live review, but we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is try to focus on the custom firmware options. I started to work on the Ruka custom firmware, ran into some troubleshooting stuff that I need to figure out on my end. So tonight, we're just going to be featuring SpectRelec Plus by Spectral. And we're going to see what it can do. Already before the stream started, we were seeing that we're getting way better performance across all the systems. So we'll look at that. But we're going to do a quick overview of the stock experience, just in case you haven't seen this handheld before, and why you might really want to think about trying a custom firmware if you pick one of these up, because you can pick it up as low as $34 in our description. Found that ad on AliExpress today. That's down from the normal about $40 price point. So these are going for a good price. Joey, why is this e-waste and why do you hate it?
So no, we'll look at the device. I'm going to give it a check. But
okay.
I throw it into that same category as like the Data Frog and all.
I know.
It's like, you could just go and spend a little bit more and get a medium or something.
Get something else.
Yeah, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a chance.
Okay. All right, fair. In that case, let's hop right into it. So looking at the M17, just very quick, this runs an RK3128 chipset, which is a little bit lower powered. The closest chip I could find was the original GPD XD, which had a 3288 inside of it, and this ran well up to Dreamcast, PSP, and 64. So I knew we were within that ballpark and that the chip probably could do a bit, at least N64. And in the stock firmware, you're going to see that, but it's not really playable. So really, I encourage custom firmware where possible. Russ's video, he covered the fact that, well, leave it on stock as is. It's great for a kid or a family friend who might want to play these old games, but they don't want to invest time or figure out really how to use the thing. There's just an on-off button, which is great. I'm putting in the stock card now. So it came with the 64 gigabyte card. This only has 1500 milliamp hour battery life, so not great there. A quad-core 1.2 gigahertz RK3128 CPU. It has emulate 4.3 off the bat. It's pretty locked down, so not the best there. System, we got 2 gigabytes of RAM, 4.3-inch IPS display at 480 by 272, and this does support up to 128 gig SD card, and it uses USB-C for charging, which is good. I like the matte shell on it. The face buttons are surprisingly nice. Rubber membrane, same with the D-pad. D-pad feels okay. Wish it bumped out a little bit more. But that feels pretty good. You get nice pivot on there. Face buttons are actually a really nice height. And Joey, I know you don't have one of these yet, but I might have to talk you into one at the end of the stream so you can give me your hot take on what these feel like. This feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a RG280M face button, really close to that Ambernic style. Actually, I mean, these are a little bit taller, but it's very, very, very similar. So these are high quality face buttons. I like it more than something like the very quiet micro switches you get on the Trim UI Smart here.
I like that Trim UI.
Yeah, right. And they're not altogether that different from even an RP2S. I mean, that's in this price point, and we're going to call this the $34 price point.
Right.
Better than expected on the face buttons. As far as shoulders go, take a listen to this. Fairly clicky, not as bad as something like the X55, but pretty loud. And then L2 and R2 are also clicky.
So not bad for the price range, it sounds like, for the buttons.
Yeah, not too bad so far. L2 and R2 feel good. You know, they are clicky. They're not obviously digital, not analog.
Right.
You have headphone jack up there. You got micro SD card slot on off. Unfortunately, you have a mono backfiring speaker, which is wonky as hell. Why? Why would you do this? It's even worse when you put your hands around to play it, because then your hand starts going on and off that speaker, you know?
Kids don't care about sound.
Well, I just heard the sound when I was playing it, like warbling. I'm like, why is that warbling? I looked around like, oh, Jesus, a backfiring mono. They have a cutout for a stereo speaker, but they just left it filled in. It's just a mono speaker there. Oh. As far as the screen goes, originally when I had this boxed up, it had a little tab to pull off, so that was satisfying. But underneath, you have a non-OCA laminated display, meaning you are going to worry about maybe viewing angles. Probably if you hand it to a kid, they're not, but just be aware of that. The screen apparently is from a PSP 1000, by the way, so the same aspect ratio, the same colors, the same sort of ghosting effects, as far as I can recall from having a PSP 1000.
Oh, it's modern. Nice modern screen.
It's a nice modern screen. Right, they were promising, what, the 2021 screen? I saw a meme or someone talk about that. I think that was you. So it's you know, again, for the price point though, not freaking bad. I actually bought it for more than that. When I bought this on AliExpress, it was originally like $45, like $45 or $46. So
someone in chat saying they got it for $28. So I mean,
they got it for $28.
AliExpress being AliExpress here, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
For $34, will it make me holler? Yeah, I mean, I guess it can make you holler. Is that something? Is that what you do in the club? Or okay, well, let's boot up the stock experience. So it comes with this no frills emulation build, but it does have pre-scraped box art. Does come with games, a lot of games, in fact. Ben, can we enhance? Thanks, buddy.
The loading time is reminding me of other operating systems.
It's a little slow. And as far as comparisons go, yeah. So the RGB30, Joey's favorite retro handheld,
of course.
Can we get a facial reaction there? Yeah.
I got you here, right here.
You got me. Oh yeah. I know it's your favorite and you love it, but the face buttons here. Oh man, Joey. Actually, I didn't notice this before. Joey, I think the buttons are better on this than the RGB30 personally. Yeah.
The 30 actually has pretty good buttons.
They do. Yeah, it does. But I actually like the play and travel on the M17 better.
Oh. See, this I can get behind. The M17 being better than the RGB30. Let's do it. Let's just go.
Yeah, I mean, well, for the face buttons, I'm not saying in any other regard or aspect, because here's the biggest thing, and my biggest gripe, and the reason why I didn't even want to review or talk about this thing, I opened it up, I was so mad, is that these are non-clickable L3. There's no L3, R3. These are non-clickable sticks. It's like, what is this, 2020? Come on, is this the RP2? No. Like, we've moved past this now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Make these clickable. Maybe you can mod it and add some clickable stuff inside. But anyways,
can you show the face buttons again? Just because it's off screen a little bit. Oh, they are swapped. The X and Y button and A and B buttons are swapped.
Yeah, the A and B and X and Y buttons are swapped. That is it.
Do you think that Powkitty passed on this one? You think this was one of the ones that they were like, you know what, this is even too much for us?
Yeah, they gave it to some company called BOYHOM. We're like, BOYHOM? Is that like boy ham? Like, what is it? Like, why are hams involved? And you know, we had our graphical artist person draw up a little thing here, and like, look, in their advertising, they have 2 BOYHOMs right there, but they're not even playing the handheld. They're playing like with a phone or something. So I don't know what a BOYHOM is, who that is. I don't know if these kids made this thing, but like, good job, kids, if so, you know. So priced right. So buy your BOYHOMs, and we can sort of talk about the stock experience here. So it does claim to play PSP, although on the stock OS, I wouldn't recommend it. Every game in here runs pretty terrible. I mean, if we launch one, as far as other stuff in the box goes,
running slow. Try frame skip. Yep.
They did include an instruction book, which I always appreciate, and USB-C cable.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected to play PSP on this, so. But if the custom firmware can do it, then yay.
So that is sort of a laggy mess.
Yeah.
Here's the speaker. That's okay.
The mono speaker, right?
That's the mono speaker, but it just changes so much. Let me aim this down here. As I hold my hand over it, not ideal. Don't love it. Don't love that.
I don't know. Mono speakers are pretty good. The KTR one has 1 speaker, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't like the placement of it. That's all I'm saying.
I needed a sarcastic
oh
into that one.
Oh, I totally went over my head. Went over my head. It's okay. Yeah, I know you love your KTR one too. These are all of your favorite devices. We're doing Joey's favorite devices tonight.
You don't invite me on the podcast for happy thoughts. So
no, I know. Why is it? Why is it when I'm feeling like, oh, I might not like this one? Let's get Joey on the podcast. Oh no.
So stock it seems like not the way to go. So
it's kind of just slow, and nothing runs very well for me. Watch Russ's video if you want a good overview of what the stock experience is, though. You know, he'll go through a lot of basic systems. He'll show N64, PS1. PS1 doesn't work with CHD files, unfortunately, and I said, you know what? No thanks. Custom firmware for me. And N64 is just a mess across the board. There's not a single game that really works well. Unfortunately, even Mario 64. So it's a pass on the stock experience for me, unless you're going to give it to a kid, in which case, at least a lot of the lower end systems all work fine. But unfortunately, it has not only a bilinear filter applied to all the games, but everything is stretched, which for me, you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with. But for pretty much anybody else, they're not going to be too pleased with that. So
yeah, I could never. Not having the right aspect ratio is just, that's crazy.
I mean, it does have everything pre-scraped, and another thing that bugs me is that plus and minus up here, I keep thinking our Nintendo Switch button, but this is volume up on the right and volume down on the left, and then start and selector down here, the worst spot. These totally should be up here.
Yeah, they should be swapped. Yeah, it sounds like custom firmware is probably going to be the way, especially if Game Boy Advance isn't completely playable on stock. Then
this screen, the one thing it's going to look good with is not only PSP, obviously, but with Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm even getting some slowdown on this NES game.
That doesn't surprise me. What's the best PSP device under 200? Probably the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus or Flip, I would say.
Agreed. Yeah. Under $100?
200. Oh,
Under 200?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say the RP2S here or the Odin, which stick around on Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to be looking at this new Odin 2 Pro that came in today that is the cold gray version from AYN. So we're going to set up together on live stream because my last live stream wasn't any setup. This time they gave me a screen protector. And it's the cold gray, so stay tuned for that one. But we're gonna.
Is that a new handheld? I've never heard of it.
It's a handheld. It plays some games. You know, it's pretty nice. But we're gonna set all of the emulators up, and it's gonna be the opposite of the last live stream, where I actually go through and painfully set up Android for you on camera because it's been requested by you, the fans. Said please do 4 hours of setup on Android for us. Said okay.
Have fun.
Oh, all right. Joey, you want to be on that one?
No.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, so is start and select brings up this menu. You can do save state, load state. So we're going to quit game. It's just, to me, even for a relative or a friend, this is a poor experience for me on the stock OS. I just...
Unless you hate them.
Yeah, well... I would say like a 10-year-old kid or below probably would figure out a good way to have fun with this. But I open this game again. I want to show you just how bad N64 is before we move on. That's the last thing I wanted to do, but I can't even seem to get there.
Let's do it.
But both A and B load the games. I'm trying to figure out how to get back to the other menu. This is ridiculous.
It's going well.
Yeah, I know. It's a skill issue, probably. Let's just blame it on that.
So how do you exit if it's not A or B?
Well, I just want to go back to the prior menu. So let's see. I'll do X and Y. No, that's a Y is a search.
You just added it to favorites, so we have an
Okay, I assume B. Okay, B is the back button.
So B actually works. Okay.
B actually works, yeah. Oh, there's hacks. No time for that. Has Game Boy, Super Famicom. Game Boy, take note that this will be black and white only on stock. Let's go into N64. What is the lowest overhead N64 game you can think of?
It's got to be probably Super Mario, no? 64?
I thought so too, but I mean, even 60 Mario. I was thinking like Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart 2 would work.
So I tried Super Mario earlier. Even with the speed hack, it does not run well.
Mario Kart should be the better one. Oh, it's widescreen. Look at that.
It is. So far, my least favorite thing about this, besides the L3 and R3 not being clickable, is the mono backfiring speaker.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's just creating a funny effect.
Your left ear is getting all the good stuff. The right ear's got nothing.
The right ear's just bored. Like, what's going on? Why are you wasting this beautiful opportunity for sound? Yeah, it's so loud and annoying. I'm just going to turn the volume down.
Yeah, I don't think we need it that loud.
You need to know.
Probably tell if it's running a while.
You can infer.
Oh,
well, that's true. We do want to hear if it's laggy.
I can hear that it's laggy.
Oh boy. So these joysticks, oh man. These joysticks are about on par with the Retroid Pocket 2. At least though you get two analogs and not a digital slider on the right.
Mm.
And the joystick is mapped to just be the D-pad, so that's how the system sees it. So you can see we're kind of going smooth, and then we're dipping into horrible laggy mess. Oh, this is not fun. This is not a fun time we're having.
This is exactly what I expected.
Oh no.
Oh,
we get good speed for a second, and then we just hate our lives.
The Retroid Pocket 2S emulates N64 well, if you're asking. That would be the cheapest.
Yes. Again, that's this guy.
Yep. Nice,
so good.
Sexy green.
Okay, so that's the stock experience for you. I'm just going to leave it there. In fact, that's where I stopped when I originally was playing on this. The day I got it, God, it's been a week or more now. And I just put it right back down and I said, nope, can't deal with that today. We're not doing that today. And now, knowing about the custom firmware, Joey, I credit you. You let me know about Spectral. I was trying to get Ruka to work, and you're like, what about Spectral? And you're like, oh, what's that? And got that on just in time for the stream to start. We have not tested anything beyond booting to make sure it boots up, and then trying a quick game. So we're going to dive into that together now. Yeah.
And just in case anybody asks, we were going to try Ruka, but we ran into a skill issue. So maybe in the future. But for today, we're going to be doing Spectral.
Stubbs ran into a skill issue. I got this screen on Ruka, by the way. I put a 64 gig card in. And this isn't an issue. In the instructions, it clearly says you're going to see the screen, which is a throwback to the Commodore 64. It's kind of cute. But it says to ignore that. Dev says put it into the back into your PC afterwards, and then you need to do some further file manipulation. So I didn't have time for that today, but we did have time to do SpectralElec Plus. And that's based off of I guess the final and best emulate build.
Oh boy. So apparently on Ruka, you have to map all the controls to every system.
So
it's an Android build.
Oh, it is?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I was like, I thought it was based closer off Batacera or something, but it's
I guess you'd have to do some setup.
Yeah. So there's more setup than we probably have time for on the stream anyways. That's more of a dedicated video. Maybe Joey will buy this and make that video for you. I don't know. We'll see. But here is SpectralElec Plus. And it at first appears like an overlay to the stock OS, but it's not. The stock OS is flashed inside the device to the 8 GB storage. This is simply running off an SD card, which is great, meaning you're not going to break your stock experience, although I don't care if I break the stock experience. Stock experience sucks. And you get this nice emulate backdrop, although with this screen, the screen colors, as you can see, are they're a bit washed out for my liking. It's just a bit, or maybe the tone's a little too cool for my eyeballs. And so I would have liked to have seen the stock theme on here be swapped out, but this is a nice one. I like the different system logos and icons. On any other screen, this icon theme set would look so nice.
This really is just a bigger Data Frog. It really is.
Well, but no. Data Frog, the caveat with the Data Frog, for $20, you are going to get screen tearing. That sucks.
True.
There's been a lot of work in the custom firmware scene that have been working on things and getting RetroArch and all that stuff. But with this one, you're paying $34, $14 more, and you are getting what could be a good handheld once some more development happens here.
True.
But there's no screen tearing. The screen tearing's fixed. You do get this big, gnarly M17 font on here. My God, but beyond that, this huge bezel.
But how else will people know it when you're out and about just playing on your M17? They have to know what it is.
Well, I mean, true. I mean, you're not wrong.
Brand recognition.
I know. When you get your boy hams, you gotta represent your boy hams. So here we are, PSP on the SpectralElec Plus software, and we're just going to go in and see how something like, let's do Mega Man. Mega Man powered up. Not a particularly difficult game to run on PSP.
Should try Mario Kart after too, just a comparison.
Yes. Nothing's been tweaked, nothing's been set or configured, no buttons have been mapped. This is a naked setup. Now this one's the easiest. All you do, download the files in our description for SpectralElec and then drag to the micro SD card. So unzip, drag to the micro SD card. You don't even need to add any BIOS files to this. It just works. just throw in your game. So just your ROM files. That's all their SD card needs. It took me all of 15 minutes before the stream to get every system loaded on here up to Dreamcast and just boot it up and go. So this was a very, very plug and play experience. I always love that about the Elec firmwares. Ruka sounds like potentially there's more. There potentially might be more performance, but you are going to be setting up more. You're going to be troubleshooting, kind of going through and tweaking everything. So it's left more on the end user.
Mm-hmm.
With the advancement of science, humans were able to create industrial humanoid robots.
Do you hear that? The intense volume change as my hand gets closer. Now it's super loud. Now it's quiet. That just drives me crazy. I'm like, am I pushing a volume button? No.
Cupping it.
I'm just cupping it. That's all.
I do the same with my flip sometimes where I want it to have like surround sound. I'll just cup it on the bottom.
Surround sound mode. Activated.
So the face buttons that you have there, they look bigger than an INEO device.
They're about the same size, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're not. I don't think they're bigger, but
they seem fine.
Yeah.
For this,
the sound on this system is not good.
The game's running okay,
but the game runs great. Yeah, look at this. No slowdown. And here's the thing, man. Once you're in a setup like this, and you have the actual games working well, man, the buttons feel good. The face buttons feel good. The D-pad feels good. Look at that. Good and responsive. The joysticks are a waste. But, dude, the D-pad, which the D-pad, by the way, on this handheld, there was no reason in the entire world why this shouldn't be up here. Why? Why is this not up here? Because you did the D-pad right, guys. BOYHOMs. Can we get...
Ben, we got those BOYHOMs? No, BOYHOMs on the screen!
Yeah, so these two guys the BOYHOMs who made this, they did such a good job of getting this D-pad and these face buttons right. This is top tier. IPS screen, although it's a very dull, trust me, it is a very dull, washed out IPS screen.
I can tell.
But if you think of it from the aspect of they bought a bunch of old PSP 1000 screens and threw it in some plastic, you know what? From that angle, for $34, cool. You know what you're getting into with that screen.
It always amazes me what we'll do in this hobby to save $20.
Yeah.
It always is never going to stop amazing me.
I mean, I'm okay with the low resolution. What is it? 480 by 272?
It's like it's 272, 480 by 272.
Which is a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, right? So, so now we should have options, hopefully, to change it to a 4:3 aspect ratio and what have you, and move the...
Well, I wonder if this custom firmware does that for you. I guess we'll find out, because we have RetroArch on here. So we could even try changing it after on N64.
Dude, these face buttons, though, feel great. Damn. Oh.
I do like controls. It sounds like they feel good.
These BOYHOMs know what's up. Next time, I just wish they would do... You know what? Here's the crazy thing, man. If they put the Data Frog screen in here, this thing would be next level.
But it reminds me... I have it right here. It reminds me of the Data Frog because it's still... That's not laminated either.
Well, no, but the Data Frog screen has sharper colors. It looks a little bit crisper. Higher resolution, I believe.
Oh.
We're
scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
I know, but can you... But could you... if we can mod this, put the Data Frog screen in here, I think we have a winner.
What world are we in that the Data Frog is an upgraded screen over a different device?
Well, because that device, their winning point is the screen. Like, that was their best decision on that device. And on this device, their best decision was the D-pad and the face buttons. And you know what? The shoulders aren't bad at all. Like, these are not bad. This is really like RP2 Plus era. L2 R2 reminds me of that. Let's see what else. What else do I have here?
Do you have the RGB 30? I'm curious.
Yeah,
compared between the both.
We unzoom. No, unenhance. Yes, I'll bring you baked beans later. Jeez.
Dude, Ban is so needy sometimes. Living in my attic, eating my beans. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, it's probably closer to the 405M in height. Seems like down there.
Well, here's the other thing about the RGB 30 that this thing beats it at.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah. L2, R2, the entire shoulder button selection is better on the M17.
Ergonomics too, I'm betting.
Well, let's do ergonomics. No, this is more ergonomic.
What? I know you like that, but I can't.
What?
I can't with the ergonomics.
Dude, the ergonomics are good. Do you have tiny hands? Like, how small are your hands? Can we do a hand comparison?
Canadian
Hold on.
hands.
Let's do a hand comparison.
I got it right here. It's just Canadian hands.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's.
Oh, how else do you? I don't. This hurts. I'm so glad I'm selling this. Yeah, you have bigger hands than I do.
Dude, you have small pinkies.
I have Canadian hands.
Yeah. Though that's the issue.
I'm sorry.
It's the hands issue.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I accept your apology. All right. Well,
yeah.
Do you have the option to swap in some different hands, or is that kind of probably not going to happen?
I have to live with these D-pads.
Okay. All right. Well, now I understand more. But sorry, I'm just messing. You're fun to mess with because you give it to me back even worse. RGB 30 is more comfortable to my hands, although this is not half bad at all because of the grip, because you can one-hand it.
Looks comfy.
Now, when you're playing high-end systems, I'm noticing I am getting warm here a bit. Let's do it quick. Ambient temperature in my room is 77.3.
Ooh, yeah.
90.5 Fahrenheit degrees, 90.6. Let's do it on the screen directly. The sides are good. It's just, I just feel in the back right there, it's getting warm.
Yeah.
So.
It's to be expected.
Yeah. But I gotta say these face buttons are winning me over. That's the one thing. It's like, oh. Load on this firmware. Then give it to your friend or your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now to get out, we need to get into RetroArch, I'm guessing. So select plus start.
Oh.
Well, this is running standalone PPSSPP. So is there an option to get into the firmware? Looks like there's not at this time. Maybe it's something we can set somehow.
See, JLash gets it. I don't know why I'm agreeing with JLash, but he gets it.
What's he saying down there?
It says the RGB 30 is bad, just like the KTR1.
RGB 30 is pretty good, actually. I think, for me. I do. It's not my daily driver or anything. It's just hilarious to me that I can stretch PSP to upset people. You know, like stretch it crazy. So you have these tall, thin horses and fighting games, and you know, it's just to offend other YouTubers. That's why I use the RGB 30.
Do you want to try Mario Kart?
Yeah, let's do some Mario Kart.
There's no L3 and R3 buttons, so we can't push those together. That will not open anything.
There is no L3 and R3. There's no function. There's no function button either on here. That's the problem. So
yeah, that's what's missing.
I bet Android could unlock a bit more performance out of this if that was possible. But we would need, again, some sort of hotkey to access Android functions.
Okay, so this is widescreen. Do you want to see if we can change it to
native so select plus start. So we do have options to get into RetroArch with this custom firmware.
Yeah. You have to back out. Oh, no, hold on. Well, maybe. How old is this RetroArch? Try options. Okay, so 4:3 resolution. Oh, it's set to 4:3, but is there?
Yeah, but it's somewhere it's being stretched. So let's see.
Someone else is stretching it. Doesn't look like you can get to the usual, maybe the events, or like it's hidden, I guess, somehow.
Yeah, this might, this is probably an early release too, so maybe they haven't worked on that part.
Yeah.
I let Spectral know we'd be doing this live stream, so maybe we'll see him in the comments.
Or was it it's using the 16? No, never mind. There's a 16:9 aspect ratio that's using right now, but I don't think you can change that anymore.
Well, I mean, it says right here that we're using 4:3.
Yeah.
But
that is not 4:3.
But it's being stretched. So, I mean, maybe it is something where it's I don't talk dev really, but maybe it's the fact that the base firmware is still on here and this is some sort of overlay onto it. Like, it kind of like how Onion OS works, right?
Yeah. What's the best landscape under $100 if the RGB 30 sucks? It's the Retroid Pocket 2S.
Yep.
100%.
Hundo. So this is running just as bad.
Like it's the same, right?
Wait. I was going to say it's about getting about the same performance as stock here.
Yeah, it seems the same.
So it might be a situation where it's tweaked and worked on and optimized over time.
Yeah. Or it could be that Ruka is the custom firmware that actually has those performance tweaks.
Yeah, and so Ruka firmware, there's a video of Sleepy, which I linked in our description as well, who showed after he installed it that it runs really well in N64, very smooth, more setup involved, but if you want to get the most out of this chip, it sounds like Ruka is probably the way to go right now.
Yeah.
Although now it's dipping in and out of performance drops. I would call this about 5% better, to be honest. Now I imagine we can go in here and tweak it a bit, so we can change at least all of the emulation settings for the core itself.
Yeah, you could change the what's it called, the upscale too. Probably put it lower and make it better. Oh no.
I think we're on the lowest because of how low res the screen is. There's no need to run it beyond 320 by 240. The screen itself, is only 480 by 272. So,
or no, the upscale was the wrong word. Downscale I meant, but yeah.
Downscale. Oh, if we could, yeah, I know. So maybe some of these options, bilinear, frame buffer emulation. Now I don't know what some of these do, but if you were to go in here and play with these, at least you have these options, which you don't have in the stock experience.
Yeah. I mean, some people will just play it that way because they're masochists, but
I mean, it's not unplayable, but it's not great at all. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we can do. Maybe N64 in this chipset is just something that's tough to run in general. I don't know a lot about this. This is a new chipset to me. RK3128.
If I go by all the other devices that we have under $100 that don't run N64 properly, it's hard to imagine that this one does. You know what I mean? But maybe with a whole ton of hacks, because N64 is something you need to change per game. But who knows?
Just trying to think what else.
An easy N64 game?
Yeah, I mean Mario 64 or Kirby. Well, people know that I hate Kirby, so that's a joke. That's a joke. I love Kirby.
It's okay. Sonic sucks.
Well, you can't just say that out loud.
Oh
no. Oh no.
Hey, at least it's the right core for this, because usually you get like a black kind of angry Mario when you get 64.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I keep pressing up here for start. It's gonna be the death of me.
I would do the same.
Well, I see the little plus. I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing Nintendo Switch. It's a Nintendo." Nope.
Oh, there's a plus there too. Yeah, they get you extra hard then.
Well, yeah, because look. Yeah, it's a little plus, and on the left side, it's a little minus. So who would not think that that's select and start?
Yeah.
And then down here are the actual. I mean, it says start. It's just why. Let's take a minute to admire and fondle admiringly this D-pad. I like that D-pad. And I really like the face buttons, man. They feel good. They have the right amount of springiness to them. Now, take into account, I'm the same guy that said he loved the R35S face buttons too.
Oh,
But I don't love these. These are, you know what, after I was listening to more of what you were saying about this, man.
I don't even like seeing this thing anymore. It just gives me PTSD. I don't want to
I
see
know
it.
now I can tell what you and Russ were saying about the face buttons here. I can see how you mean they're stiff. They are.
Did Russ grab one of these too? Because he hasn't said anything about it, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, maybe he hasn't said it publicly. I do not represent Russ's opinions. No, everyone scratch that from the record. But I don't think he's made content with it yet. But I can see what you mean about them being stiff, and these are definitely way better though. But I guess kind of like it that way on this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but
got it. The whole e-waste scene is just heating up right now.
It is. I mean, but this is like if we're gonna call this e-waste, this is like the elite e-waste so far.
It's the top of the garbage.
This is the top tier e-waste. I mean, we listed this as one of our top 5 budget handhelds under $50 to look at. Dan wrote that article on our website. And I mean, this is prominently in there.
What options are? I gotta have to read that article. I'm curious what options there are under 50 besides this.
You have to read it if you're curious. Yeah, go to the retrohandhelds.gg on your web browser.
There you go.
Your smartphone. Hey, it's running pretty well now.
I'm not allowed to look at that, Ben says. Ben, I'm going to go look at that and I'm going to have comments.
I know we said the V90, the M17 R35S, and
so 1 out of 3 so far.
Maybe it wasn't the R35S. I think it had to be under $50.
This looks like it's running better than Mario Kart did.
Oh yeah, it's running better now. I think the governor has to sort of scale up a bit.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no.
I just heard the audio.
Okay, so we said the M17, the X39 Pro, Powkitty V90, Powkitty Q36, and the R35S.
Got it.
I can't argue any of those.
I don't want to make Ben mad.
You can say it. We left the data frog off the list. That was discussed, but it's like with the screen tearing, I just don't think we can really put it on there.
You heard it here, folks. The screen tearing is worse than aspect ratio.
To me, yeah.
Widescreen nonsense.
To me. Okay, N64 out of the box is still not great on here, but PSP is much better. Let's try Dreamcast. And then we'll move on to lower systems to just sort of play. And
I wonder if we'll see something from like Ambernick, like a horizontal 35XX or something like that. Because there's definitely a space for that in the 50 to 60 range.
Yeah.
It would kill all of these, I think. But
they could easily do that. 35XX plus. Let's go.
Yeah. Or just lower the price on the 351P. And people will buy that.
Now that is a fantastic device. I would love to see if we could get this a little bit cheaper.
I love the 351P. It's great.
I love it too, especially after doing that Wi-Fi mod.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This thing is a beast. Also has a low screen resolution. So I mean, this one's the perfect 3:2 aspect ratio device. Yeah, you got yours there.
This is a beautiful device. I love this thing.
Yeah, I mean it's always a good go-to device. You have so many firmware options.
Thank you, Timu.
Thanks, Timu. Timu, your video is coming soon. I decided, all right. I should probably review what they sent me, but
what are we loading?
We're now loading.
We froze it.
We frozensed it.
Oh no. This is the Joey experience right here. See, and now
I'm getting that. I can't even quit. I'm gonna have to turn it off. What's great though, again, is that it just has that off button. Just turn it off. And maybe since it's a SD card based firmware, maybe it's more important that you find the shutdown option in the menu though. So we should probably make sure that that's a thing or not before I just start whoop whoop. Although I have plenty more SD cards. Need we?
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, they're like $10 on Amazon. They're so helpful.
Can you send me a link? I need that.
Sure,
link.
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, they're just made by JJC. It's nice and you can give it a beating and it holds up well and holds large size and small size ones. You can even do a large size and then 2 small ones underneath it.
I need one of these. I'm buying this right after.
Yeah. I'll send you the link. Okay, so Dreamcast wasn't happy so far. Let's try. I was trying to do Crazy Taxi. Let's try to do another. Oh. Let's do like Power Stone. Maybe 2D Dreamcast would be all right. Something like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something.
Yeah, I'm swimming in SD cards now. I'm gonna grab that case. You just need that.
Yeah, I have it in our link shortener program here. 1 second.
I'll find it. You don't need to find it.
Too late. I'm waiting for that to load, so
I think it broke.
Dreamcast? Dreamcast is one. Yeah, Dreamcast maybe won't work here. At least not on this firmware. Try Ruka. And you can't even quit, so you just have to turn it off.
Freezes it.
Mm-hmm. I found it here.
If you're joining late, this is the M17 and it's $34 US, and there's links in the description to where you can get it from Retro Handhelds.
Hey.
Did I do good? I did good.
You did good. Yeah, let me get this link real quick.
Yeah. It's my first time on camera, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
SD card. Here, grab it from chat if you need it. SD card holder case. There
chat was
go.
Too. So
let's put it directly into chat, and I'll put it in the description later.
Beautiful.
Okay, Dreamcast, we're going to say is a no. I'm going to try one more Dreamcast game. I want to try JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's the lowest performance Dreamcast game I can think of.
You just needed to boot.
Hey, it's booting.
Ooh.
It's exciting. Yeah, Joey, for your first time on camera, this is very exciting. You should start a YouTube channel.
That's a good idea.
What are you going to call it? I don't know. You do retro handhelds. Your name's Joey.
I think my logo will be a TV with a controller, but I'll call my name Joey's Retro Handhelds.
Oh.
Just confuse Age.
Yeah, just to kind of confuse him.
Yeah.
You know, and at the beginning of your videos, you could do like that old school where like we flip between channel 3 and channel 4. You could say channel 3 right at the
It's funny how many people didn't get that one, but I guess it is kind of old school. But
I mean,
a lot of people use channel 4 too, which
I use channel 4 being an American, and channel 3 just seems sort of evil to me. I don't know. Like it's just like threes are never a good thing. So 4, that's even. Number. That's an even number. 3 is your favorite number?
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I think I like 1 the best.
I feel like having a favorite number is probably like a 90s thing. I don't know if anybody has favorite numbers anymore.
Yeah, I think it's it's okay. Aquaclef. Oh, Aquaclef, you're also from Canada.
He is.
Channel 3. No, channel 4 is the channel to play your retro games on. Andrew Golux, 69.
Oh, this looks so much more blue on the webcam.
I appreciate you. Yeah, you know what?
Is JoJo's not working?
I think JoJo's is working.
Oh.
So far, nothing's frozen.
But buttons are not working.
Buttons aren't working. We don't need buttons to work. I wonder if it's using a standalone emulator, and that's why I can't get into RetroArch.
Maybe. It could be like the Ruka situation where you might have to map it yourself, but I don't know where you would even do that.
Okay, Dreamcast is out for us today.
Well,
That's fine. Yeah, so if you're interested in this thing so far, you want to play around with it, it is in our description. We have it on AliExpress for $34. You have it for $39 at a seller that'll get it to you faster. And then if you want it on Amazon and you want that prime return policy, it is $69 is the cheapest you can find it on Amazon. US dollars. I would not buy this for 69 US dollars. I would buy this for under $50.
There are a lot of people that will go buy that off of Amazon for reasons.
Just for the return policy.
Yeah, but holy, that's a lot.
It's not prime shipping yet either. I couldn't find prime shipping options. So it'll get to you like November 2nd, today being the 23rd of October. Let's see if this custom firmware makes Game Boy
Advance?
Well, we'll look at Game Boy Advance, but I want to see if regular Game Boy is colored or not.
Oh, right.
Hopefully we get those options.
And no.
Well, not off the bat, but I bet we can get in here and say.
Oh, maybe we have the option for it, yeah.
Yeah, options.
Maybe the model, Game Boy model.
Color correction.
Oh, color correction, yeah. Try that. Oh, auto or GBC. It lied.
Color correction probably just tries to emulate like the what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not going to make it color, but it'll.
I usually
the
hit on
color tone.
auto. That should work usually.
Yeah, I don't think that's defining the colors being on or off. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, it's correcting the color, but the color needs to be on, I guess.
Yeah, it's correcting like the color tone to be similar to those systems is what it's doing.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
looks like we're still getting black and white. So this again more and more makes me think this is the stock experience with some minor.
What did change then? I'm curious. I guess just the emulate front end seemed like that we can tell.
Yeah, you can get into RetroArch and do some changes, which is
Right.
great. This is great for a start. I'm not saying this is the final thoughts on this custom firmware at all. This is first release, but and there's a bilinear filter on that I can't seem to turn off, so that still is there. Be aware of that. Yeah, I really
Game Boy
wish
model, maybe.
Well, let's try that. Yeah. Let's say Game Boy Color. And then let's save our state and quit. And by the way, to quit, there's the hotkeys. There's no hotkeys defined, so you do have to do select plus start and then go down to quit. Okay, so now let's go back into it and load our state. A little delay before the controls come up. Come on. Okay. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. No color. We just don't have the technology yet.
Nope. But like what you were saying, let's go look at Game Boy Advance.
But what you could probably do is put all your Game Boy ROMs in the Game Boy Color folder. And
Oh, there you go.
Because that's what you do on the analog pocket. You have to do that. But,
you could trick it.
Yeah, trick it.
I like that I'm not getting like false diagonals on this D-pad. That's really nice.
How did they do it? It's magic.
Again, they picked a very odd screen choice. Very strange. A very poor choice for the joysticks. They should do like an M17 Plus and at least give us clickable L3 and R3. Just that one thing. I'm okay that it doesn't have Wi-Fi. You know, that's to be expected for this price point. I didn't even think to look for if there's Wi-Fi in here.
Yeah.
But I know there's not. But what they did do right is everything else as far as the D-pad, the face buttons, L1, R1, L2, R2, the software experience. I wish they would have done pretty much any other option, but give us Android, you know. Let's see if there's... So in Game Boy Advance, there's reported to be some, lag and some audio issues?
Yeah, it's the audio issues usually. I think Russ was playing Final Fantasy VI, and that's how he saw it. But yeah,
I think A and B though have been corrected though. I think these have been swapped potentially.
Oh, weird.
Because in the stock one,
was it reversed?
Well, yeah, they're just reversed. They're opposite what they should be in almost every system.
Got it.
And I need to pull up Alien Hominid on another handheld real quick, maybe, but so far this feels right. Yeah, controls well.
Great.
I don't like that there's a little delay before the controls open up and you hit the start menu. I just want to go straight to quit. If I want to quit, I want to be able to quit right away. There's like a 3-second lag before the controls start working.
Oh, really? For when you're doing the hotkeys?
Yeah, just when you go into the menu. Yeah, you have to wait about 3 seconds and then the keys start working. What's another good test for Game Boy Advanced? Aria of Sorrow, one of my favorites.
Was this fully charged when we started the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I was looking at the battery bar.
Oh, wait. What's the battery say?
It looked pretty low. I don't know if there's no numbers, but maybe retro.
Yeah, so
but
I had it charged to full as far as I know.
It's only 1500 milliamps, so it won't last that long.
Yeah, it should be about 2 hours or so. 2-3 hours.
I'd be surprised if it hit 2 hours.
Dude, just the bilinear filter is unfortunate. That's my least favorite. Why is that on there? You know, okay, a benefit of the bilinear filter, yes. Low screen resolution, so it does cover up the fact that there's going to be a lot of pixelation going on. Sure, but I don't care. Give me those giant pixels if I have to.
Yeah, I don't like filters and shaders. I'm not that person.
Yep, all of it turned off.
Yeah.
Fair, J-Lash. Yeah, spend a little more, get something better.
I'm agreeing with J-Lash for the second time tonight.
You can't argue with it.
I can't. Bizarro world.
The man speaks the truth.
Mm-hmm. After seeing this, though, I'm pretty excited to get the that Trim UI Smart Pro in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited for your content. We have one of those coming soon, TM. I just don't know when.
Is it worth it to get the 128 gig or the 64 gig model?
For which? For this?
For this, yeah.
Well, the 64 gig already gives you way too many games to play. I'm sure the 128 gives you more CD-based games like PS1. But you can just load on your own games. And to be honest, just take the card out of there. Even if it gives you a first-party card like a Lexar or something like that, I still would pull that card out, build your own. At a minimum, do Ruka or SpectralElec for your OS here.
Yeah.
And then you're good. But to answer your question, 64 or 128, with how cheap SD cards are, just get the 128. It's only $1 or $2 more. If you're going to buy it and you don't want to mess with anything, though, if the 128 on AliExpress is only a couple dollars more, sure. You know what? Why not? Go for that.
Yeah. Our usual recommendation, I think, for everybody is load your own ROMs.
Yeah.
But
yeah, get yourself like a little Samsung,
Yep.
Evo. Those are really cheap, reliable. For something like this, you don't need to get something fancy like a Ultra Extreme SanDisk or Samsung Pro or anything like that, because you're not going to make use of that extra power at all.
Yeah.
You're going to be bottlenecked by the device and the SD card slot reader that they have in here, which I'm sure is not going to be top tier. Yeah, GBA runs well, though. I'm not noticing any slowdown so far. Is there a tougher GBA game we can run?
Do you have Final Fantasy 6 on here? But I guess
Should.
Russ already did that, so maybe.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, that was his showcase for like why it wasn't running well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I skimmed his video a little bit, but I wanted to stay mostly fresh for this.
Yeah. What would be a Final Fantasy or a GBA game that would?
People say
Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah.
What about Kirby, Nightmares in Dreamland? Isn't that?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Let's try Kirby. What's someone else say?
Is there? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is there a difference between A1 and A? You know, those are really marketing terms, but technically A2 is better. Joey, what do you have to say about it?
For here or for this device, I don't think there'd be a difference.
For this device, definitely no difference. Yeah, just get an A1, it's fine. But if you're asking what does it mean?
For the Odin 2, I would say there might be a difference because I had an issue with my A1 card and I went A2 and it was fine. But,
yeah. When you start to get into high-end Android and Windows, definitely go for that A2. But what does A mean? I don't know.
And
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Dude, this is running really well. So I know this Kirby game. By the way, look at me. I don't hate Kirby, everybody. I'm playing a Kirby game on stream. Everybody in the AYN Discord, now you can simmer down now. I'm playing Kirby games.
They're all asking where their order is right now. Sending emails feverishly.
Are they? Oh, no.
Yeah, A2 has benefits in higher end handhelds, definitely.
This is a fun Kirby game, and here's the thing: is that I'm accepting the shortcomings of the bilinear filtering, non-clickable sticks, not like GBA ever had that, anyways.
Yeah.
For the fact that the damn face buttons and D-pad are so well done.
Yeah,
that's enough for me. The screen's just good enough. Colors are okay. They're just a little bit dull and washed out. But some of that doesn't matter at the price point. Again, if they do the buttons right, and the buttons are good. L1 and R1 are placed in a really nice spot for comfy grip. This is how I tend to grip, and that feels really good to me.
What's my favorite retro handheld?
Watch Joey's channel.
I don't even know if I could answer that.
But what is your favorite handheld as of today? This week, what's your favorite handheld?
As of today, I guess it depends on the content, though, because I would use different things for different.
Android, Odin 2.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that's going to play everything, then Odin 2. If it's something that I can bring on the go with me, it's the Flip.
Windows, the ROG Ally, right?
Yeah, Windows would be the ROG Ally. And if it's Game Boy, Game Boy Color, SNES, it's my Analog Pocket.
Really? Analog Pocket is
so much.
It's not. I know you feel that way now, and I felt that way too when I first had it. The first month I had it, I felt great about it. And then you start to get the reality of the battery life being just so atrocious.
What? On this?
Yeah.
No.
On the freaking Analog Pocket, dude, the battery life is it's horrible.
Do we have two different Analog Pockets? This is actually has really good battery. Look at this blue. It looks better on this camera.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
It is not that blue.
It's beautiful.
It's a lot more purple than it shows on camera.
It's beautiful, man. But the battery life is horrible.
No.
It's just the worst. Yes.
You're lying to me.
No, that's the truth.
I've never had issues with battery on this.
And it's not comfortable to hold. The ergonomics of that device are not good.
Oh, how dare you. They're
just not good, but it's beautiful. And I love the screen. It's an amazing screen. And I really enjoyed learning what you could do to get around some of their OS stuff, so you could actually play like SNES games on it and all that.
Yeah.
I loved what they've done with emulation now, and I think it's a pretty device. It's
I
just
want the blue that's showing on screen. That blue looks awesome. It's not what it looks like in person. It's a lot more purple. But
I mean, this is a
no,
fun
I don't
Kirby.
have those issues. But
This
let's
is
go
a
back
fun
to your
Kirby
notes.
game, by the way. No, it's all right. I'm just having a fun time playing Kirby because these
I can see
buttons are
that.
really good. I might use this a little bit more because before I would say the 35XX wins for best buttons once you do the mods and stuff. But out of the box, this is pretty good.
I don't know. I don't have an issue with a lot of devices buttons. They're pretty good.
I definitely
Except for the
am...
R35S, where it just becomes apparent that they're really bad.
Nah, R35S is good. You're all smoking a little bit of crack. Just a little bit, though. Not enough to, disrupt your life. Just a little bit.
Michael, I got that blue Miu Minion. I'm still waiting for mine. I don't know when it's arriving. They do measure ergonomics differently here.
All right, let's move on to a different game.
We got baby hens.
Oh, man, I could play that game for a while. I like that. Hates Kirby. Stubbs hates Kirby. Yeah. I don't think so.
See, Ben gets it. R35S buttons are not good. Thanks, Ben.
No, they're not bad, though. They're not.
We're going to disagree here.
Well, we're just going to have a little disagreement about this.
Yeah.
Why do you guys in Canada pay tax twice?
Healthcare.
All right.
Free healthcare.
All right.
Yeah.
Is the healthcare good, though?
Yeah, it's free, but the waiting room might be an issue for a lot of people. We have long waiting times usually for hospital.
What if you're dying from screen tearing? Like the screen tearing is cutting you because it's tearing.
Oh, that's easy. You just buy a better handheld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't buy data frogs here in Canada. We're too good for that.
You don't go into the waiting room and then say the screen tearing is attacking me or my handhelds. What is it happens to you? Like all the handhelds cut you and attack you?
Yeah. See, when I was bleeding profusely from the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus Metal Edition, I showed it to them. They're like, yeah, we've had a lot of cases of this, and they fixed me right up.
Yeah. They said, oh, what is that? Which one cut you first? Which device? The Metal 3 Plus?
Retroid Pocket
yeah.
2, yeah.
They're like, oh, a Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Yeah, we see this we see this all the time.
They were like, I walked in, they're like, you're my 20th case today. I'm like, oh, you could have told me.
They're like, YouTube reviewer. Yep. All right, come on back. Load them up. Yeah. That's
yeah. Please excuse my Canadianness.
We forgive you. People say the battery is not in a happy spot right now. So we're just going to do a little pluggy poo. Well, let's let it die. Let's let the battery die.
Yeah. I mean, what's it at? Did it show you? Or does RetroArt show you? Because sometimes that does.
I wish we could fast forward. There's no fast forward hotkeys.
No, it doesn't. Sometimes you can get it to show.
All it says is dirty.
Oh, ooh.
What the hell does that mean? Breaking Bad doesn't happen well because white Stubbs the battery. Ban. Calm down up there. So here's GBA stretched, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It works. And lastly, let's do PS1 before we call it. No. I keep forgetting that A is B and B is A.
Yeah.
Got to wait for the buttons to come online. There we go. Quit it out. That's right. Every time.
Oh, yeah, that battery's dangerously close.
Okay, so here's a battery check for everybody. It's not in the red though, but it's not great.
So probably an hour and a half max, I would guess.
Guess so. What
Going by the stream time, but yeah.
Let's do. What are we in the mood for?
PS1 game.
Let's just do some Tekken. We should do a fighting game.
Yeah.
Tekken 3 is a good PS1 benchmark game. Let's let it die. When did I say that? Oh, the battery. Yeah. Let's let it die.
Yeah, it's only 1500 milliamps, so it's not really massive.
I mean, maybe you could do a battery mod. That's the thing, is that people love to mod these super cheap systems. In the end, you spend the money you spend modding. Now you could have bought yourself something nice, but it's just something with the challenge. People like the challenge. People want to see how much they can squeeze out of these really cheap chipsets.
Crazies.
I mean, I've done it too, especially with the 35XX. I bought so many accessories and mods for that over time.
Yeah, but the 35XX is actually good.
This isn't bad with this custom firmware. I can't, dude. How can you fault us for $34? Like, how can you fault it?
I have a problem with that because you could just save more and buy a better handheld. Because
that's a Canada take, though.
It's I like to spend once instead of spend
consumerism.
Twice.
I know. Okay, all right.
I'm that type of person. I like to get the better option.
Well, yeah, it's being frugal. It's being smart with your finances.
Yeah, I'm a smart person.
You are a smart person.
Sometimes
you help teach me about business and like how to business. And
I'm gonna have to talk to you after this about that because I've helped a bunch more people after you.
Oh, you have? You just started a consulting.
That's what I feel like right now. This runs well.
Consulting business.
Seems like.
Yeah, no, PS1's running smooth. You know, Tekken 3's that's a tough one to run. Let's try Bloody Roar 2 as well. But the D-pad feels good. I can't say the D-pad's good unless I actually beat Nina here.
Are there any good battery mods for the 35XX? Yes, there is. I have a 3200 milliamp battery in my 35XX. So you can do that.
Okay. PS1. Good. Let's try Bloody Roar.
N64 on 35XX is not good. You are correct. It is also not good here.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yet. We'll see.
Yeah, Ruka's the next test. Someone needs to make a Ruka video. I will attempt to learn it and try it. If it's a lot of setup time, it's going to eat into my dad time, and then I won't have time. But Bloody Roar 2.
Yeah, Pops, just check the 35XX channel on the Discord. It's probably pinned there, I'm guessing, but a lot of people have that battery.
Guardian Beardizer. It's a great name. Ruka takes at least an hour to fully set up. Okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
but I'm probably not going to be doing that right away. As people know, once I do a stream on something, I oftentimes don't loop back around to the device for a little while. Unless I'm super duper excited about it, like the Odin 2. I still owe you guys a part 2 of my RP2S review, by the way. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that either.
That's such a good device.
I get 2 days a week to stream. I get Mondays and I get Thursdays, and then podcast on Fridays. So that is my limited windows of time for doing this hobby. Doing my content creation. So
I forgot this game existed. This is
I used to play this. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, and by the way, you're welcome. As far as brightness goes, come on, turn into a beast. Turn into a beast. I can tell there's a tiny bit of slowdown.
I love the trying to turn into a beast.
Yeah, he's trying. He's like, give me.
Just
Come on. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, that's running well though. I mean, it's dipping though a little bit, and this is the hardest to run PS1 game that I've come across.
Oh, you're gonna upset Jay Lash with that one. He's going to point to that Valkyrie profile game.
Oh, is it Valkyrie Profile?
That's what he always says.
We can try Valkyrie Profile.
There you go. You're a beast.
I'm a beast now. Oh, I better make use of my beast time. This is the Beast Wars KO. Dude, yes. Yes, yes, yes on this D-pad. Yes on this D-pad. Yes on these face buttons. Hell yes.
Great.
No to bilinear filtering. No to non-clickable L3, R3. No to stupid screen. We can never have it all, can we?
We cannot.
But for $34, we can have some things. Valkyrie.
Q4 for the Retroid Pocket 4 is what they told us. So
yeah, Q4 2024.
Yeah. Oh no, 2023.
What?
This year.
Retroid Pocket 4?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see that.
That's what they said.
Q4. When? Well, I know that's what I said before, but I think we're coming upon. We're well into Q4 now.
I know.
We haven't heard anything yet. Well, it's like maybe we'll get it announced.
I can look up where they said it to us, but yeah, they said Q4 to us.
Oh, all right. I'm not been so damn focused on the Odin 2. I need to loop back around to the Retroid products.
I swear it was like a live stream. I'll figure it out.
I know we talked about this before.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this year is what they said.
I'd be stoked for that. I know that's what we reported on, but I just thought we hadn't heard anything since then, and so I'm
curious to know what chip they're going to use. That's what I want to know. Should be very interesting.
Mick Jagger, Matt Davis. You can't always get what you want, but you might just find that you get what you need. Mick Jagger. Incoming copyright strike from the Rolling Stones. Please, Mick, take poor pity upon our whole stream here. Valkyrie Profile's intro is very slow.
This is going to take forever, by the way. Yeah, it's not going to work.
Jay Lash, I'm going to give you an intro movie performance test. This is running.
The bells are ringing.
The bells are ringing. We're going to call it there because I told people I'd stick this stream to an hour, and I don't want to hit an hour and a half.
Yeah. Thoughts? Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts on this. So definitely put the custom firmware on. It's not a huge improvement so far over stock, but in certain ways it is, and those are important ways, such as being able to at least get into RetroArch and getting some of the options unlocked. I'd love to be able to see more on the options. I'd love to be able to do hotkeys for fast forward, all the things we're kind of spoiled and used to in other devices. So software, stay tuned for more enhancements. Stay tuned for the Ruka custom firmware, where we can probably get even more performance out of this bad boy. But for $34, the matte plastic is nice. I guess we haven't done the thing that I said I wouldn't do anymore, but I'll do it voluntarily.
Oh no.
You know what? That's a very warm, earthy vent smell. Yeah, that's kind of that's like kind of like pine. Like I'd probably wear that as a deodorant scent. Yeah.
Would you say it's exquisite?
I would say it's exquisite. Don't gift that. I've heard that. What? This is nice. That actually is pretty edible. I might not break my teeth biting into that. However, I wouldn't recommend it. Do not eat your handhelds, everybody. It is not safe. It has not been tested for that. The FDA has not approved use of eating handhelds in any way, shape, or form. I'm also, for the last time, I know that I make Stubbs Nubs pancreas boosters. I am not a doctor. However, my father is. Or he was. Until the incident. Now, what else do we have here? Right, we're giving our final thoughts. This thing for $34, it's pretty cool. I gotta say so far. The D-pad and the face buttons are really, really good at the price point. Some of the other devices that are much more money could take a point from BOYHOMs, which, again, if you didn't see it, the company who makes this is called BOYHOMs, BOYHOM
BOYHOM.
specifically. But
I bet you
that
it's just a
picture-
reseller because I saw Datafrog M17 too. But
Yeah, but a bunch of the resellers are listing it who aren't BOYHOM. A bunch of the other resellers are listing it as the BOYHOM M17.
oh, okay.
And there's like
BOYHOM.
5 listings for BOYHOM, so that's the
BOYHOM
most
coming out of nowhere,
common.
coming in strong.
Rob, just saying. And of course, Stubbs is eating handouts. Sorry. Steamed boy. Oh man, everybody. I can't even do it anymore. I can't even freaking do it. Let's get Joey back on here. Let's get me centered in frame.
Yeah.
Freaking. Now we're the same height. How about
There you
that? Take a little H2O. Man, it feels like the weekend. I wish it was the weekend, but it's not.
Yeah. We just got a few more days for that one.
It's freaking Monday of all things. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the screen off because it's upsetting me. That's what's nice about this, though. You just flick it off. Boom. Done. Off.
Don't forget to charge it.
And yes, I use my handy dandy tri-charger from Temu that has micro USB, USB-C, and lightning cable. This was like $1. I actually fear for my electronics, but
Yeah, that scares me.
so far it's been okay. There we go. It shows a nice little LED there. Anyways, for $34, the M17 is not bad. I don't like the backfiring mono speaker. That sucks. I don't like, again, the non-clickable L3R3, the non-OCA laminated screen, bilinear filter that's stuck forever on. I hope Ruka fixes that. Maybe so. That's the next one I want to try. Amazing face buttons and D-pad, top notch. Screen is a PSP 1000, 480 by 272, 16 by 9 IPS screen. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. The colors are dull. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. I wish that start and select were up here, not down here. I keep pushing those, so that's not an ideal thing either. It is ergonomic though and comfortable, and I like the plastic and the feel of it. And it was really easy to get into a game of Kirby. And I was just going to keep playing. I forgot that I was on this live stream with you all. I was just enjoying playing Kirby on GBA, so that was a good experience. We did see better PSP performance on the custom firmware SpectralElec Plus, so that is in the description if you want to try that firmware out. Highly recommend. And as far as the handheld itself, I mean, I'm not probably too far off from what Russ was saying in his video, basically that, you know what, this is great for a kid, a friend, a relative. I don't know if it's right for you. I don't, if you're in this scene and you're in this hobby, there's enough shortcomings. I don't know. Joey, what are you laughing at? What's up?
It's just enough shortcomings. Yeah. You just got
Rob. No, it's 2005 with that PSP 1000 screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So odd. Such an odd choice.
Did you say micro USB?
Huh? No, it's micro USB. It's USB-C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
A lot of people were
USB-C.
saying micro USB. No.
No. It's USB-C. Micro USB is on that cable that I have, though, as an option, which is good. No. A used PSP.
It's actually expensive. I just bought one not too long ago.
Well, you can get one as cheap as like $50-ish.
Yeah,
if
maybe
you go-
local. I paid more, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. There's no Tate mode. Yeah, not that I saw, unfortunately. I mean, you could, I don't know, if you play something like Wonder Swan, if that's an option. I didn't see an option for Wonder Swan when I was putting ROMs on here, but if there was Wonder Swan, at least there's a built-in thing in Wonder Swan to turn it to Tate mode when you hit the select button. So maybe that's your Tate. Escape. But yeah, what else do I say? I think I've kind of covered it all. Joey, any final thoughts from you?
Just e-waste.
It's e-waste for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. These aren't my handhelds for me, but
I
get why people go down this road, but
no. I think with the custom firmware, put your own games on here. then give it to a kid, then give it to a friend. I think this totally is usable because they're not going to be focused on bilinear filtering. They're not going to be focused on the backfiring speaker. They're not going to be focused on non-clickable L3R3 because back in the day, that's kind of just how it was anyways. I mean, way back in the day.
Of like giving Mad Catz second controller while you're playing N64 on the real one. That's what this is.
You're not far off.
They're gonna look over, see you playing on like an Odin, and your kid have this M17 and just play.
Kyle, it's good YouTube content. That's what it's good for. It's true. The reviewers are the first to buy these e-waste products because it's something different to talk about. And sometimes you find a hidden gem. I mean, you've seen it in Taki's videos where it's like, oh, this might be pretty cool. And then some of the rest of us start to cover it, even if it is potentially e-waste, because it's like, all right, let's see what it can do. What can we unlock as retro hobbyists? What custom firmware, what mods can we do to make this, $20 or $30 device act more like a top tier device? And that's kind of fun, but that really is a niche use case. So we're trying to say, if you're somebody who just wants to enjoy playing retro games, there's better options. There's so many better options. I mean, for me anyways, a few dollars more gets you an R35S, which I think is a good handheld. This guy says, where is he at? This guy says no. You can get an RGB 30, which is a great option, I think.
You're doing this on purpose. I know you are.
You can get the KTR1, which is way more expensive. No, I'm sorry. I won't do that to you. And, you can get a Miu Mini Plus. You can get a vertical handheld. There's a plethora of better devices for not much more money. A 353V, you can get an older device like the RG280M or the 351P. Fantastic 351P. Hell, you could even get a PlayStation Vita for not much more money if you get it used.
One of those?
Maybe it's on eBay. I got this from Jim Gray. It has an olive green backing. I was like, dude, I need that in my life. And it's
fancy.
You can still do emulation on there. Again, for not much more money, you can get a Trim UI Smart, which is a smaller 4:3 screen. And I don't like the buttons as much, but it has Wi-Fi and it is pretty neat. They are pretty neat. And there's the new Trim UI Smart Pro that's dropping. And if you want to spend a little more money, about $100, you're going to get yourself a Retroid Pocket 2S, runs Android. This is the freaking best, dude. You can step up to N64, no problem, PSP, and then go next tier to freaking PS2, GameCube, DS, a little 3DS. Yeah. This thing is so worth the money at around $100. So worth the money. And Burnick products, I mean, you could get... I still enjoy, actually,
the big boy.
Yeah. The big boy, the RG405V. Fantastic.
Big boy.
The big boy. You can get yourself an RG505. Amazing battery life. I mean, I could just keep on pulling handhelds on camera and then saying buy this because all of them are going to be better options. But none of them can claim to be $34. We're even as this thing. Here it is.
Well, you could find the Miu Mini Plus or 35XX sometimes at that price, but you have to go digging deep.
You could even buy an RG Nano. Yeah, you have to go digging.
Yeah.
M17, $34. To me, it's right in that impulse buy range. And if you don't love it, you give it to somebody who might like it. That's my shill. That's my shilling effort on this handheld. But I'm going to keep playing with it, and I do want to try the Ruka software out, only because the controls are so good. That's the only thing that's going to keep pulling me back to use this handheld, because I like the tactile feel of how the controllers interact, and there's that zero latency. Playing Kirby felt very good, and I kind of want to go back to my save file and play some more.
I get it.
So that's where I land. That's my opinion. Take it for what you will. Buy it or don't buy it. Just get a Steam Deck, TM. That's right, Cadence. Say what now? Well, Joey, dude, thank you for joining me on this one. It's been fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another one here soon. I'm gonna do a 4-hour stream probably on Thursday, just setting up my Odin 2. that I got today. So yeah, well, oh yeah. Don't live emoji me with your own face now. Come on. Can't do this anymore. You to leave now. Thanks for watching our content. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed what you watched. Also, check out my buddy Joey here at Joey's Retro Handhelds. I have him linked in the description as well. He makes awesome content and guides. Anytime I need a guide or help with something, I go to Joey's channel because he already has it done.
Thanks, Stubbs. That was fun.
Don't get a big head about it now. You're all right. No, you're a good dude. Patrons, thank you guys for doing what you do and supporting us every month. It means the world to us, and we couldn't do it without you. Joey, I couldn't do this without you. You helped keep my brain on track for these streams, man. So thanks for hopping on once again.
Thank you.
And yeah, we will see you all Thursday for the Odin 2 live stream. Until then, I'm Stubbs on behalf of Joey, and take care of your handhelds and each other. Cheers.
See ya.